What it do, what it do. Turn this light on. We're gonna get started with the care routine for these microgreens. There we go. We'll be talking about what's the daily care look like for you to grow microgreens at home. You can see a couple trays that don't have a lot going on, but once I adjust this camera angle, you can see our microgreens over here. I'll give you a rundown of what we're growing. Half and half tray, purple radish and spicy salad mix. This is about 4 days old, 5 days old, something like that. This tray of broccoli seed. Oh, beautiful that looks. This was started about 5-6 days ago. What's today? Friday. These were started on Sunday, so they'll be ready for harvest probably on Sunday or Monday. See how quick that turn is? Less than a week. I'm sorry, less than 10 days. We can go from novice to harvest. Another tray of broccoli. All right. And then we got a couple trays that we've started more recently. This one was started on live yesterday. Half sunflower. Yep, microgreens and purple radish. And this tray was started the day before that. Tray full of spicy salad. So all I'm gonna do today, show you the daily care routine, talk about how I got started, and I'm even gonna start a new tray for you if you wanna learn how to do it. So you do me a favor, let me know where you're watching from, and double tap attack that screen so we can get our viewership up, because we want to help more people grow more food at home. That's what this whole thing is about. That's what it's all about. All right, we got folks coming New Jersey, Indianapolis, Hawaii, Alabama. That's dope. You know, the amazing thing about social media, one of the amazing things is, you know, I'm old enough to remember a time, like, you know, remember when you were in elementary school, if you're in your 30s or older, and the kid moved away, you might not ever hear from that kid again. You don't even know if they really even exist anymore. The beautiful thing with social media is we can connect with one another in real time on the internet, help each other learn, help each other grow, and advance productive ideas, advance healthy relationships. And I think that's just, I think it's amazing. Oh man, y'all already got me to 1,000 likes. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are so freaking amazing. So what I'll do is dive right in, show you this morning care routine. Drop your questions if you got them. Dope. And we'll go from there. So on this table is about everything you need to grow microgreens. We'll put these back under weight so you can see how everything was set up before we started filming today. And I'm going to grow a new tray of microgreens for you live. I do it every day, so that's why there's so many trays up here. Another thing I'm gonna do is move back to my grow rack after this round of grows. I'm gonna grow my bigger trays here for you. So I'm gonna show you how to do a tabletop setup. Then the next round I'll show you how to do a rack setup. We'll go back to the table, back to the rack. Okay, dope. Dialing in from the SIP. I used to live in Mississippi. I grew up in Arkansas, so not far, like in eastern Arkansas, but I lived in Vicksburg for a bit. Anyway, let's get started. Is that all right with y'all? Perfect. Let's do it. So, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go from oldest to youngest. So this is my oldest. This is second oldest. This is the day younger than that. This is the day younger than that. And this is the day younger than that. So, for our more mature greens, And this gives you like a good way to see the progress, so you'll know when to advance to the next steps as well, and how to use your perception, intuition, to make decisions in your microgreen farm or your microgreen garden. Y'all like to be farmers or gardeners? I like to be a farmer personally. It just sounds more dope to me. So first thing I'm gonna do, you see the roots there. Take your tray out, check your roots. Make sure that in your bottom watering tray they have sufficient hydration for the upcoming day. So if you're out and about, well, hello there, my fellow farmer. If you're out and about for the day, let's say you got a job, or you got stuff to do, or you want to watch TV, maybe you're retired, you want to chill, you don't have to be in here tending to them all day. That's the beautiful thing about microgreens. You get wonderful nutrition without a lot of time. So all I got to do, I got this old water bottle here. I got a filter water set up over here on the side, right here. So all I'm going to do is fill this water bottle up and put some filtered water into my plants. I always recommend using filtered water to give our plants the highest quality yet accessible form of hydration we can give them. We want to get the chlorine out best we can, fluoride out best we can, any hard metals best we can, and all that other stuff that we may not want in our plants. So all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of water in there. It really doesn't need much. So put a little bit in there like that. And that's good. So now we'll check our next tray. This was started on Monday. It's now Friday. So you see how quickly they come along. Again, we're just going to check the roots there. They look healthy. Look at the difference with the half and half tray between this half, which is purple radish, and the other half, which is spicy salad mix. It's like a mixture of various microgreens. But I'm gonna put a little bit more water. The radish is good. But I want to make sure that my salad mix is able to get the hydration it needs for its growing day. So just fill it up a little bit. We'll move to our next tray. Again, look at its roots. This is the day younger, so its roots aren't even as long as the other tray of similar microgreens. So, you know, in its early stages, you got to fill the water level a little higher because the roots aren't as long. And it's not really displacing any water, not very much water, I should say. So I fill it a little bit more. You'll find that as you advance through your growth stages that you don't need as much water in the tray for two reasons. One, the roots are longer, so you don't have to put as much water for the roots to reach, but also as those roots reach down into that bottom water tray, they're going to displace water. Therefore, you can't put as much without overflowing your water tray. So that's what we're doing there. Now we're going to move to the next tray. And these were started 2 days ago. So you can see they've sprouted. They're not quite microgreens yet, but they are sprouts. So when people ask about, can I sprout them? Yep, this is what a sprout is. This is what it looks like. But I'm not done with them yet. I want them to grow these little leaves, and I want them to turn and grow into microgreens. So there's kind of 3 basic phases in a young plant's life. You start with the seed, then it goes to a sprout. That's this. And then after that, it enters into microgreen phase, which is something like this. And then if you let them keep going long enough, they'll develop their true leaves. Now this isn't these could be a microgreen, but I grow them out. This is my little herb tray I use. Oh, really my wife uses it for cooking around the house, but I grow it. So I got some cilantro, basil, and thyme in there. But point being that those are the 3 basic phases: sprout, microgreen, and then your full plant form, whatever it is. And then I'll also go to another like mature plant phase where it'll start to produce seeds and fruits and all those sorts of things. But I'm not going to grow any of those to that point. So for this tray, I'm going to check the roots, see how they're doing. There are the few little root hairs you can't really see starting to pop through, but they're not ready to be bottom watered yet. So you just come in with a spray pump bottle filled with filtered water as well, and you spray them down. For those of you watching, if you could do me a favor and double tap attack that screen, I want to be able to serve as many people as possible on this platform. So if people want to learn how to grow food, I want them to be able to find this and to be able to learn and be able to grow food at home. I appreciate your support. So after wetting that down, we're just going to put this other tray back on top, push it down a little bit, put a weight on it. There we go. Okay, let me make sure there's no questions. I appreciate all your support. Oh dear Dusty, you're amazing. And I appreciate all of your interaction in the chat. You're helping to moderate this live event, and I appreciate that. All right. Now this tray was just started yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So you may be thinking, well, how quick? So if you see, you may not be able to tell. I'm looking. Yeah, some of these sunflowers are starting to bud sprouts in just a day. So it doesn't take a long time for these plants to start to come alive. And then on the purple radish, you can't really, maybe you can, maybe you can't see, but they're also starting to sprout. So you start to see results very quickly. All right. So again, all we got to do is take our water pump. Dope. I'm so glad that you started. If there's any way I can be of assistance to you in your growing journey, just let me know. I'm glad to have you here. So all we're going to do, take filtered water again. We're going to spray it down just like this. You know, we don't need it soaked. We just need to keep it moist. That's it. So now we're going to take our tray again, put it on top, put a little pressure. Maybe you got a mason jar you can fill with water. Maybe you got a water bottle you can fill. No, this is filtered water. And put that on top as a weight. It's gonna do two things. It's gonna put a little stress on those seeds. What that stress is going to do is say the seeds are going to say, hey man, we got to get out of here. We got to get growing and get this stuff off of us so we can become plants. So it's going to help to stimulate that germination. It's going to help your seed germinate more quickly, more consistently, and more evenly. That way you end up with a more consistent growth pattern there. Let's see here. Missed some questions. I'll let you know what I'm growing. The seeds. Go to True Leaf Market for that. If someone could tag them here in the comments, that'd be dope. It's at TRUELEAF Market. Let's see here. So what I'm growing is growing broccoli here. These were started on Sunday morning. And I start a tray every day on live. So I'm going to start a tray today live for you. So if you guys can go ahead and double tap that like button, that way if some more people, this can get shown by some new people. They can learn how to sow a new tray as well. So just after I run through what I'm growing, I'll start that process. Here we got half spicy salad, half purple radish. You can see the difference in how the roots grow. These are all growing hydroponically. The roots of the purple radish are longer than the salad mix, but it's all right. They're gonna grow just fine. They're gonna go great. I happen to like a little biodiversity. It's good for the plants. Simulates more of a more balanced ecosystem. Here, got some more broccoli we started on live. All right. Cool. And this tray, this was started 2 days ago. This is some more broccoli. I'm growing a lot of broccoli because it's easy to grow. All of them are pretty easy to grow, but if you want to get started with something easy, I suggest you grow broccoli or salad mix. They'll both grow just fine easily, and you'll get a wonderful harvest. This tray I grew in soil versus jute mat. I like to grow my sunflower in soil. It just helps to keep those holes a little bit more moist so that they will get through their germination cycle, and I put purple radish on the other side. So that's what I'm growing. That's the rundown. That's that. I appreciate you. You're just gonna eat sprouts this year. Okay, that's dope. Love what you're doing, what you want to grow and sell microgreens. The customers how. So you can start a microgreen business. All you got to do is decide what you want to grow. Suggest you start growing first. It doesn't take. You can become pretty proficient in just a couple weeks if you dedicate yourself to the practice. And now that I'm going through it, I suggest you start a tray every day, and not just a bunch of trays at once. That way, if you made a mistake, you won't replicate that mistake. If you get more reps by starting a tray or two every day, you'll be able to get through that learning cycle faster. So that's something I'm gonna start recommending moving forward. In terms of customers, lots of ways you can sell. You can approach local grocery stores, particularly like small, not chain ones, and health food stores. Now check your local municipality to see what's required. I'm here in Texas, in Dallas, Texas area. We have what's called the Cottage Food Act, the Cottage Food Laws. You might want to check that out for your state or your municipality. But it allows us to do things like this, like unprocessed produce. You can sell direct to consumer. So you could go to, let's say, a farmer's market and sell your wares there, and then recruit those individuals. Now, the good thing about a farmer's market is the people at a farmer's market are already there looking for the sorts of things that you're offering. Therefore, they're already qualified customers. So if they happen to take interest in your microgreens, you can say, hey, I'll be here on this schedule, but also you can get these delivered to your house. Just sign up, click this link, scan this QR code, send them to, like I'm setting up my store in Square. I set it up yesterday. I'll share a link to it later, or I'll do a video or something on it so you can see how it works. But I'll show you how I set mine up. But that way you can start getting that revenue. You can sell to restaurants, maybe chefs, meal prep folks. These are some, I'm not going to go the restaurant route personally, but I am going to approach meal prep folks that are, meal prepping healthy meals for individuals who may want to incorporate microgreen salads or microgreens in other ways in the meals that they're prepping for others, for health conscious folks. I recommend growing indoor just because you'll get a very consistent harvest and you can control your environments. You're right, it's spicy. Alright, I'm just catching up on the comments. What's the difference between sprouting in a jar and like that? When I'm sprouting in these trays, it's because I'm growing them into microgreens and not sprouts. So this is the sprout stage. So if I wanted to eat them from here, I wouldn't be growing them this way. I'd be growing them in a sprouting jar, as you alluded to. But that's not my goal, so that's not my chosen grow method. If you want to grow sprouts in a jar, there's like YouTube videos on it. I'll probably get into it later. But, get your jar. You just need a mason jar, sprout on top. It has holes in it like that. So you can fill this jar up with sprouts in like 2 days, 3 days. And you have healthy sprouts to eat. Yep, I like broccoli sprouts. Yep, I love the texture as well. The squirrel ate your broccoli. Well, you made your donation to nature. Glad to have you back. That's a good tray a day. Yep, I'm gonna start recommending that moving forward. All right, I'm almost caught up, y'all. That's dope. Sell your stuff. Yes, this is an incredibly profitable business. So let's talk about cost. So starting out, if you want to do, let's say you want to grow 4 or 5 trays a week, which you could make, let's say, extra $100. You could make $20 per tray pretty easily. Depending on what's going on in your local market, but that's generally how it goes. You know, you're talking about less than $100 startup. So you can recoup your money in a week. If you want to do this large grow rack back here, if you were able to fill this rack up with 20, 25 trays, sell them off for $25, $30 a piece in aggregate after you package them up, well, you could get that business started for less than $600, and you could sell that rack for $600. So you get your money back in a week, and then each tray you're talking less than $1 or $2 to grow it out. Yep, it's a profit business. Dope, got the sprouting jar. Appreciate the love, and I appreciate those blessings you're bestowing upon me. Peace be with you forever. Love and blessings. What is my name going to be if TikTok is banned? It's Urban Grower Supply. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I'll still be around. UrbanGrowerSupply.com. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to find ways to share this no matter what happens, because it's important to me. When something is important to a person, they'll find a way. Helping more people grow food is important to me, so I will find a way. But if you want to follow me on those other platforms, check me out. It's Urban Grower Supply everywhere. You can tell by that tan and green logo over there. When you see that, it's me. If you see that and you don't think it's me, let me know. Yeah, I use heirloom seeds. Non-GMO heirloom seeds. And I'll tell you why I believe in that. And then I will proceed into showing you a live grow. Sorry, I had a little brain fart. This is why I use non-GMO heirloom seeds. Number one, GMO means that the seed has been intentionally modified in order to assist in some industrial or large-scale commercial agricultural application. So that might say it wants higher yields, it wants to do this, it wants to be more pest resistant, whatever. It's not really the way that plant naturally grows, because a natural plant is part of a natural ecosystem, and it's going to face natural, hardships, weather, pests, things of that nature. So companies will modify these seeds to help them get through that, and that seems well enough. But I like to use non-GMO because I want the seeds to work the way that they're supposed to work. I want the plant to mature the way it's supposed to, and that's what their heirloom kicks in. If it's supposed to mature and produce seeds, produce fruit, those seeds are going to do that in the way it's naturally supposed to happen. And I believe that I want the plant to do what it's supposed to do, so when I eat it, my body will get the nutrition it needs and supposed to have. So I'll do what I need to do, what I'm supposed to do. I want my plants to grow strong, healthy, virile, robust. And I want to grow strong, healthy, virile, and robust. So that's my reasoning through why I use that. And that's what True Leaf Market offers. They offer non-GMO heirloom seeds. All right, y'all. So let's dive into it for today. All these 4 trays were grown in jute mat, and I'm going to, this is broccoli over here. You're here at the perfect time if you want to learn how to grow, because I'm going to grow this tray out live for you right now. I'm going to show you what it takes to do. So this way, let's say you want to go buy you some trays and get started, and you don't want to deal with the jute mat, which is fine. I don't want to deal with it sometimes. There's some seeds I like to grow using organic soil or organic potting mix, which this is the bag you hear crinkling up. This is what I got beside me. You get this from your local. Get you some organic seed starter or organic soil, from your local hardware store, your local Walmart, something like that. But let's get you a high quality potting mix of soil. And if y'all could do me a favor, double tap attack that screen. Let's get some more likes in here, so maybe some more people will join this and they can learn how to grow these microgreens. So anyway, I took a little solo cup. I'm gonna put it in my tray, just like this. All right, I'm gonna spread it out using the base of that cup. Make sure I got good, even spread there. Fill in any gaps. Just like that. Fill the corners in nicely. A little light right there. Light on that side, boom, like that. Just like that. All right, cool. So now I got my soil prepared. The next thing we're gonna do, let's see if there's any questions. So we move on. We're growing microgreens live. Is dope. Menards, a Rule King is best. Yeah, share those recommendations. So what I'm gonna do is I want to grow purple radish today. Usually I take a poll, but that's what I want to grow. So I'm gonna grow some purple radish today. Full tray. So over here off to the side, let me show you. I keep my seeds organized in these. So how do I know what's in what? I took a little planting tag stake there and I label it. I throw that inside. But anyway, I'm gonna get, actually I'm gonna use my thing here. I'm gonna get a tablespoon seed, just like that. Bring that back over. So now all I gotta do is just seed the tray, just like this. All I'm doing is just tapping the side of the tablespoon here. Get my seeds going. Yeah, actually I could have got by with maybe half a tablespoon. So that's all I'm gonna put in there, because that's about the density that I like. So no need to put extra seed in there. You can see the tray is seeded out. That's how I like my density, as even as I can get it without spending a whole bunch of extra time, and that's good enough. So next you take your spray bottle, get your seeds well moistened, like this here. So all we're trying to do is just, not inundate them, but make sure the soil gets a nice moisten to it. I got some extra dirt and it got fell down in the tray. I'm just gonna put that back on top. That's good. And it's all right. I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit, just like that. Cool. So now I'm just gonna spray that a little bit more. Okay. You take another tray, put it on top, and press it down. Now we need a weight. Got another mason jar here. I'm gonna fill it with water. Top on it, that way if it spills or falls off, it won't make a mess everywhere. Then on top, there we go. Yep, filter the water. It's hurting your spirit. Well, I usually leave a little space around the edges because I like to let mine grow a little bit bigger and it'll fill out the edges without like getting too crowded. Gives them a little space around the edges to spread. These are very dense. Yep, filter the water. They will need to grow light once they sprout. So here I have a clip-on grow light. So if you just have a small amount of space, like a tabletop, like I'm showing here, you can grow it just like this. Or like on my big growing rack back here, I got full LED lights at every rack. So, I can light this thing up like Christmas. And that's how I grow when I want to do, more stuff at once. But this week, I'm just focused on showing people how to get started. You don't need a lot of space. You don't got to spend a lot of money. You don't need a lot of stuff. So this is if you just want to grow microgreens to get started. One, you want to get started. Maybe you want to start a business. Two, maybe you just want to grow them for yourself and for your family. Well, you don't need a rack this big. So I'm not going to tell you to go do that. You have to decide what your goal is and wanting to grow. But just get your LED grow light. I always recommend full spectrum because it's easy to deal with, and you won't get caught into the, there are people who grow microgreens and other plants hydroponically, aeroponically. They use different color lights on the color spectrum or light spectrum, and it has its benefits. I've read some of that research and some of those studies, but we want to get started and get some stuff done. So we're not going to bog ourselves down with that level of detail and minutia because it's just going to slow you down from getting started. What's the difference? You can get if you get like a 5,000 Kelvin temperature light, that's considered full spectrum light. So that's the only real thing you need to pay attention to. What's the temperature of the light? You want to make sure it's intense enough and it has the full color spectrum so the plants are getting what they need. So there you go. What veggies are best to do? I can't tell you what's best, but I'll tell you what I grow. I grow broccoli, purple radish, salad mix, spicy salad mix. I'm learning to grow Swiss chard. This is my first Swiss chard grow. It didn't go great, but I'm gonna try again. I grow pea, which is nun pea. It looks like that there. Which I grew some of that in my farm truck. I'll show you that later on. And I grow sunflower, which is my favorite. Don't tell the others. So that's what I grow. Turnover process after harvesting. Can you clarify that question? What do you mean by that? I appreciate that. So that's that. That's all you got to do. I've showed you my care routine. So basically, there's 2 phases to microgreen care. When you're germinating and sprouting, you spray the tops with a water bottle. You're going to just help them germinate. Okay, so that's that tray. This tray, which was started yesterday. So this tray started 2 days ago. This was, I think, broccoli I put in there. This was purple radish. Sunflower started yesterday. It's already starting to sprout, so you don't have to wait long for them to start sprouting. Yes, I eat the sunflower. The microgreens are incredibly delicious. They taste like little sunflower seeds. Flavor is phenomenal. Will they survive in the windowsill? Absolutely. So you don't have to, sorry, I failed to mention that earlier. You don't have to use a grow light. Plants grow in sunlight. That's how they want to grow. So if you got a windowsill you don't want to spend any money, don't spend any money. Put them in the windowsill and they'll do great. I choose to use grow lights, and I'll just go ahead and share what one of my large goals is. One of my goals, this is something, is placed in my spirit to do, so I'm pursuing it, is I want to start planting urban farms all over my area here in North Texas and eventually all over this nation. As more people move into the cities, we're becoming an increasingly urbanized country, and world for that matter. Having our food supply close to us does so much for us. One, we get access to fresh foods that were grown locally. If we can grow them indoors, we don't have to worry about using a lot of chemicals and other amendments for the soil or to deal with pests. And then we can allow nature to begin to restore itself. That way, it can start to get healthier souls back going just by letting the ecosystem do what it do. We'll never be able to do a better job for the environment than it will do for itself. And then we've already built these cities. This is our environment. So we might as well grow. Like, for instance, I'm in my house. It's just my wife and I. We have plenty of space here for us to live, but we still have lots of underutilized space. So I can grow food at home, in my home. I don't have to go buy a farm. I don't have to go dig my yard up. Now, I do have a few plants outside, but I just have them in planters. So I'm growing cantaloupes in a planter. I'm growing potatoes in a grow bag. I'm going to be growing some more stuff out there. But you can utilize the space you already have, and you'll be surprised how much food you can grow. Like on this rack, I could grow 10, 12 pounds of food a week, microgreens a week on this rack. That's amazing. If I did all sunflower, I could grow 25, 30 pounds of food a week. That's enough to sustain myself from just my greens content and maybe my neighbor and maybe my other neighbor. It's plenty. It's plenty. And I can do this right in my house in a week using space I have. So that's my goal. That's why I opt to use these methods. I want to continue to grow and optimize them over time so I can provide a service to my community. Yep, that's it. I want to be able to be food independent as well. How long you keep the weight on there? So I'll show you. You can see all the different stages. I suspect these will be ready to go into blackout tomorrow. They're 2 days old, so I go more so by how they look and how they're progressing than just the time frame. Cause I'm in here every day and I'm watching what they're doing, so that's why I recommend doing it that way. But usually, depending on what you're growing, after a few days, they'll be ready. So you can see that back here, that's starting to turn green a little bit. They're a little yellow. So I'm leaving on to wait one more day. I want them to come up, progress a little bit further, and then I'll flip this upside down, put them in a blackout for 12 hours, maybe up to 24 hours. I'll just check on them, and then they're ready to go under the light. They're ready for the big show. What's my favorite way to eat them? Well, there's lots of ways I like to eat them. Yesterday, I ate them 2 different ways. The first way was I just took a package of my sunflower microgreens out of the fridge and I ate them. No seasoning, no nothing. They taste like little sunflowers, and I happen to like the taste of that, so I eat them raw. The second way I ate them yesterday was my wife made like this quinoa Buddha bowl sort of deal. And I had the quinoa, some beans, some other sauteed like peppers and stuff. I wanted some greens, so I took some pea microgreens, sprinkled that on top, mixed it in. That was good. Another thing I do is in lieu of buying like spinach and other bagged greens from the grocery store, for my smoothies, I'll just use my microgreens now. I'm gonna put some broccoli in there. Now to change it, these are pretty potent in flavor, but you can get wheatgrass, microgreens, alfalfa, something that's more neutral. I'll be growing wheatgrass here soon. My seeds just came in yesterday from True Leaf Market, so that's what I'll be growing there. But yeah, you can put them smoothies, you can juice them. The other night, my wife made another dish. So she took some purple radish and sunflower, mixed it together, and she made like a little saute kind of greens mix. You can use them on toppings on your sandwiches, on your hamburgers. I'm plant-based, but I still eat a good plant-based burger. There's all different kind of ways you can eat them. I have a mold problem in my yard. How can I stop the damp from growing mold? In your microgreens or in your yard? If you have like mold in your yard, you probably have a drainage issue in your yard. So you might want to put like a French drain, or dig a little drainage pit, or regrade your yard. But I wouldn't recommend this, chemically treating it, because yeah, you might take care of the mold, but you probably take care of some other beneficial microbes and bacteria going on in your soil. So yeah, I used to run a landscape and lawn care business when I was a kid, so I know about and young adult for that matter. I did that for 12 years. There you go. So there we go. And they were saying mold with a D. Now molds, that's a different problem. I can only tell you, I'm from rural Arkansas, I can only tell you how they deal with that in the country, but I won't do that on live. A little too graphic. Yeah, that's what dogs like to do. That's their job. That's the circle of life. It is what it is. But anyway, double tap that screen. Keep your questions coming. I'll do another quick recap of what you need. Be able to wrap this up in a few minutes, and you all can go ahead and have a wonderfully productive day. Big Plant Papa, love your content. You're dope. So, growing broccoli here. Look how pretty that is. Healthy. Y'all keep growing strong. Started 5 days ago. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, today. 5. This was started 4 days ago. This is half spicy salad, half Purple Radish. You have a great day as well. Central Louisiana, what it do? This is some more broccoli, 3 days old. I grow a tray. I show you how to start a tray every day here on live, every morning. So if you ever need a refresher, just pull up. I'll show you how to do it. And I also take these lives and I put them on YouTube. So if you need a recap of what I talked about on a specific day, just go to YouTube by that evening. It'll be there. These were started 2 days ago. This is spicy salad mix. They're already sprouting. They'll probably go into blackout tomorrow. 2 days ago, no, yesterday, yeah, 1 day ago, we did half purple radish, half sunflower. Both are already starting to germinate and to sprout. I'm proud of them, so you don't have to take a long time to start getting results. Put the weights back on there. And then today, if you're just joining in, you might have just missed it. I done a whole tray of purple radish because I like purple radish, so that's what I'm gonna grow. The trays, you can get them from Amazon. I'm also gonna have them available for sale on Urban Grower Supply. I don't know where it is right now, but I have a grow kit that you can buy. I'm doing pre-orders now on urbangrowersupply.com. Go there, visit the store. But don't wait on me. I'll be selling just the trays here pretty soon on there. But yeah, go to Amazon and look up microgreens trays and you'll see all kinds of different ways. Appreciate you checking out the YouTube. Just click the link in my bio. You can see my other social, YouTube. I encourage you to go click the link in the bio, sign up for my text updates. That way when I release new products or I'm doing interesting things in the farm, I'm going to go live or have some content about it, I'll text you about it. I'm not going to blow you up all the time. I'll send you coupons, discounts, and productive information. None of that crazy stuff. Yeah, you can get seeds from what I grow. If I were to let these grow all the way out to maturity, which might take several months, yeah, I could let them seed out. I won't do that anytime soon. Let me talk about that. Why am I not doing that anytime soon? It's because what I'm building is a strong foundation of growing. And then over time, I may want to become more vertically integrated, more diversified. You know, I think of it like this. If you were to have a stack of Legos, you need to grow up 100 levels. You could try to do it all at once, but if you want to be stable, you might need to arrange it like a pyramid. So build your first base and then keep stacking on that. But take the time that you need. We all have a different capacity for doing things at a certain speed. We have a different desire for doing things in general. But you don't have to do everything. You know, maybe your fellow farmer wants to grow seeds and start a seed company. Well, just get the seeds from them and you'll grow the produce. Maybe you'll grow the seeds, they'll grow the produce. Maybe you want to be vertically integrated. The point being is you don't have to do it all at once. Just do it over time. How I package. I package in these little clamshell containers, not vented, no paper towels. I don't wash them. I don't have to. But on my labels that I put on there, I tell the people, wash them before you use them. You know? You don't know what everybody got going on. I know what I got going on for me because it's me. But for selling, I tell people keep them refrigerated. They'll last you for about 10 days. Wash them before you eat them. And that's that. 10 days from harvest, not 10 days from purchase. Let's be clear on that. So yeah, that's that, y'all. That's that. Was this good to you all? Was this informational? Hope it was educational. Hope it was entertaining. At the very least, a vibe of sorts. You know, I like to keep things fun, keep things simple, keep things accessible, approachable, the whole 9 yards. Ah, that's so dope. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Well, if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm gonna get out of here. If you do have questions, shoot me a DM. Or listening, sign up for my text community. Go to the link in my bio, click that, and you can text me your questions. If I'm working, doing something, it may take me a little bit to respond. I'm not ignoring you. And it is a live text line. Don't call it. You can only text. But you can text me there. And there you go. And I'll respond to you and help you out. I appreciate all those compliments y'all are giving me. And we do need to relearn. That's a whole, I could talk about that for 30 minutes. So I won't start that right now because that's something I'm very passionate about talking about. And I did talk about it yesterday. So if you do want to hear my thoughts and you don't want to wait for me to have another moment, go to my YouTube. I download these lives, put them on YouTube. You can watch it there. And you can see why I think relearning how to grow food is so important for you as an individual, for our country as a collective, for our communities, for our families, the whole 9 yards. I appreciate that. I try to be a good man. Anyway, love y'all. Y'all be dope. I'll see y'all. I do this again in the evenings too, around like 5, 6. You can pull up on me. If not, I hope to see something from y'all tomorrow. Same place, same time, same channel. Y'all have a great day.